Right, finally tonight we admit this next interview is designed to send you to sleep. I'm having deja vu if I read that. But how can you sleep when it's too hot? Science says when temperatures get above 23 degrees, we do struggle to sleep. You may have come to dread nights, the mozzies, the humidity. Dr. Karyn O'Keefe from the Sleep Wake Research Centre at Massey University, Dr. Karyn O'Keefe, has some tips. And what's the ideal temperature to nod off?
There are a few things that we can try. One of the things is to try and trick the body into going through the cooling down process that we naturally go through every evening. And so if we can heat our body up slightly with a bath or a shower and then cool down over an hour or so, then we can maybe trick the body into being able to get off to sleep a bit easier. The other strategies are really practical ones and probably obvious ones to most people, but trying to cool down the bedroom before you go to sleep, so making sure you get heat out of your house with open windows and things like that. Maybe a fan in the bedroom. Some people have heard of using things like cold towels or cold hot water bottles or even frozen hot water bottles. And in theory, those things probably work to help cool yourself down. I'm not quite sure about using wet products in the bed and whether that would actually impact on your sleep a bit later on in the night. So something to think about anyway.
Sorry, so you have a hot shower rather than a cold shower before you go to bed?
Yes, not too hot, but just heat yourself up a little bit so that your body's temperature starts to go through that cooling process, and it can help mimic the natural body clock type process that we've actually got in the evening.
Why does temperature disrupt our sleep? In other words, if we're tired enough and it's not 50 degrees, which would be really ridiculous, why can't we sleep when it's in the mid-20s, for example?
Well, I don't think me and internationally we understand that question terribly well. We know that once it gets over about 23 degrees, we really start to struggle. And we know what happens to sleep in that we wake up really frequently, and most people will be well aware of that, and that our deep sleep and our REM sleep stages are reduced, so we have less of those. But in terms of why, probably because we don't regulate or control our temperature very well during sleep, so we can sweat and shiver quite a lot easier. And also let ourselves get a lot hotter than we normally would during the day before we start to respond with sweating. So therefore it sort of gets a little bit out of control, and we sort of flip between getting too hot and too cold during the night.
Gosh, people must be talking to you a lot at the moment. Does everyone want advice from you on how to get a better night's sleep?
I've answered a few questions.
I bet you have. How are you sleeping yourself?
Miserably. We're in Wellington here, so it's been quite humid, and humidity exacerbates the problem. But yeah, it's been a restless few nights for me as well.
Extraordinary. If you could pick a temperature to sleep in, what would be the ideal?
We know that it's between about 13 and 23 degrees Celsius. It sounds like a bit of a coincidental temperature range, but that's the one that the research suggests.
It's Dr. Karyn O'Keefe from Massey University.